to think confidence was about knowing what you have to say per time. Now, I think the most confident thing that you can do for yourself is to stop explaining yourself always. As you become more confident, you realize that it's not everybody that wants your explanation, that what you're explaining your decisions to. You don't need permission for any choice that you make for yourself. And do you need to keep defending yourself just to make other people feel comfortable with you or feel comfortable about you? No, you don't. So I want to give you 7 things that confident people do not usually constantly explain themselves about. And the last one is probably the one that I'm struggling with the most. The first one is why you say no. You don't need to explain to anybody why you're saying no to an offer, to a decision, or to a responsibility that somebody is trying to place on you. Confidence means saying no without you feeling guilty for saying no. Hi, my name is Abigail, and on this page, we'll be dealing with self-development and personality improvement content. The second one is why you changed your mind. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody why you change your mind concerning something, or why you are making another decision, or why you are taking back your words concerning something that you've done before, especially if it is about you and not about any other person. Because changing your mind does not always mean that you are confused. Sometimes it just means that you've grown out of some ideas, you've learned to unlearn some things, or you are relearning some things. So you're allowed to change direction without you constantly explaining yourself to anybody. If you have not subscribed at this time, you need to subscribe, like this, and share it. By liking it, you make the algorithm knows that it is a very good content for other people to consume also. The third one is why you don't attend everything. So some people will say, oh, it's only saddies that don't attend parties, that they're always saying no to parties or clubbing or every other thing. You don't need to explain yourself to people why you only choose some specific places that you want to go to, or some specific events that you want to attend. Always know that missing an event does not mean that you don't value the people that are involved in that event. Being scarce sometimes is respecting yourself, and even making people to respect you the more. Fourth one is why you chose your career. I don't think anybody has come here to explain to you personally why they decide to choose a career that they are working on. Later in life, they might come back to tell you if they become successful in that career. They might even make a content out of it why they chose that career and all. But when they are starting off, I don't think you need to explain to anybody why you chose that career that you chose, especially if it is people that are trying to talk you out of that career. Remember, career that worth it. So if your career makes sense for your goals and the life you want to live in the future, you don't need to keep defending it at all. The fifth one is why you need time alone. Why do you have to explain yourself to people why you need time alone? Like, it's your time, you should take ownership of it, right? Because sometimes stepping away for a little while is that one thing that you need to gain clarity for your next step in life. The sixth one is why you do not respond immediately. This one can be a bit dicey, but I know if it is something important, you respond to it immediately. But if it's not something important and you feel like, oh, this is not important, I have better things to do at this time, I don't see a reason why you need to explain yourself that this is the reason you do not respond immediately or promptly, especially when it's a friend that wants to gist with you, gist away your time that you can use to be productive. The last but not the least, why you have certain boundaries. It is no news again that boundaries can make certain people very, very uncomfortable, especially those that are benefiting from you, that's living their life out of you. And why communication is very important, but some boundaries are meant to be you alone to know. Yes, you don't have to be rude and stubborn, but sometimes even when you explain why you set those boundaries, they still will not understand, or they still will not know. So you can just stick with your boundaries, and maybe later in life, they will understand why you set those boundaries. So sometimes confidence is simply saying, no, I changed my mind, I can't make it. The more secure you become in who you are in life, that is the less you feel in convincing everybody else about yourself, your personality, your decisions, your choices, and reason why your choices or your decisions are valid. So which one do you still find yourself battling with and over explaining to others? Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video.